Hi everybody, it's Mrs. Fitzsimmons. We're going to start by saying hello like we always do. I'm going to hold up the name cards. Hopefully you can recognize your name and the name of some of your friends. Okay, here we go. Hi to Cassie. Hi Eliza. Hi Henley. Hi Henry. Hi Josie. Hi Cyan. Hi Carolina. Hello Harper. Do you know what this one says? By now I bet you do. Hi Rupert. Hi Hank. Hi James. Hi Rose. And hello Aiden. Okay, we are going to talk a little bit about a little girl named Mary. And this is Mary right here. And Mary plants a garden, and she takes very good care of her garden. And the story goes a little bit like this. Mary, Mary, quite contrary, how does your garden grow? With silver bells and cockle shells and pretty maids all in a row. And the funny thing about Mary is this is what she pictures her garden looking like bells, like shells you'd find on a beach, and pretty maids. But these really are the names of real flowers. And I'm going to show you what the real flowers look like that Mary planted. They look like this. These are silver bells, and these are cockle shells, and these are pretty maids. So I'll hold this up and you can sort of see how the things that Mary was imagining in her head look very much like the real flowers. But the one thing that Mary did that we also are going to talk a little bit about is taking care of her garden. So we're going to talk a little bit about planting and how to take care of a garden. And I believe all of you should have gotten a bag that you either went with your mom, dad, or babysitter or someone from home to pick up at school that I put together, and it had a lot of supplies in it. It had a pot. It had some garden bean seeds, and it had some soil, and it had a stick, a label stick that says garden bean, and then this one says Mrs. Fitzsimmons, but yours should have said your name. And these supplies are going to help us plant our garden bean seeds. And if you're wondering what a garden bean is going to look like when it's all grown, it's like the kind of green string beans that you might eat at the dinner table. It looks like this. So we're going to go step by step on how to plant the bean seeds, and I'm going to go nice and slow so that you can follow along. So first, you would get your pot ready, and I put my pot in a little dish because if you notice, there's a little hole in the bottom and it's going to leak. So either the soil or the water might fall out. So you might want to ask someone at home to help you get either a plate or a little bowl or something to put your pot in. And then the first thing we're going to do is we're going to open our bag of soil or dirt. Okay? And you can either carefully dump the soil into your pot or use a spoon. So I'll do a little bit of both. You do not want to dump all of it in. You want to leave a little bit in the bag. So here we go. I'm going to dump some. And I'm going to use a spoon to show you. You can also do this if you would like to do it this way. You can spoon it in. And I want you to go almost to the top, but not all the way. So it should look a little bit like that. So you're leaving a little bit of room. And then next, we're going to make some holes. And if you notice, everybody got 5 seeds. We'll count mine just to make sure, but you should have 5 also. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And we want to make 5 holes a little bit away from each other so that each seed has its own place to grow and push as it pushes through the soil. So I'm going to show you, you can either use your finger to make the holes, or if you're not comfortable with that, you could use a pencil. Okay, and I'll show you how to do it first with a pencil. You just take your pencil and you stick it in the dirt a little bit. You don't want to go very deep, okay, because then the seed's going to have to grow through all this dirt. So you just want to make a teeny little hole. I'm going to use my finger for this one. I'm going to make number 2, number 3, number 4, and number 5. So I have 5 little places where I'm going to rest the seeds. Look just like that. Okay. Next, I'm going to open my bag with seeds, and I'm going to take one seed at a time, and I'm going to put it into the hole. So I'm going to put 1 in the middle hole, just very gently. Number 2 right here. Number 3 here. Number 4 right here. And number 5, the last one, right here. So right now, your pot should look like this. But you know what? We now need to cover these seeds up because they don't want to grow. They need like a blanket of soil on top of them. So that's where the rest of this dirt comes in handy. So again, you can dump it gently, or you can use your spoon, and you just want to sprinkle it very gently to sort of cover the seeds up, almost like a blanket. Okay, and you don't have to use all of it. If you feel like you've covered them nicely, you can keep the extra or take it out to your backyard. You don't want to push it down with your fingers. It's okay to just leave it loosely on top like that. So right now we have seeds and we have soil. There are 2 things that are missing to help us take care of these bean seeds. Can you think about what one of them is? I'll give you a hint. The beans are very thirsty. That's right, they need water. So you can do water by pouring water from a cup gently, or another idea at home, if you have a spray bottle, you can use a spray bottle to gently water your plant. So for the first watering, I'm going to take a cup of water and I'm going to very carefully just pour some water into my soil, and you're going to notice it's going to look a little bit full, and then it's going to get absorbed by the soil, and even some of it's even dripping out of the bottom. That is okay. That's why we put that pot there. And we're going to just let it be. And you'll tell the soil looks a little bit darker when it's wet, and that's a good thing. You don't want the soil to be really, really, really dry because the seeds need water in order to grow. So I think we're going to leave it like that, but guess what? Tomorrow, I'm going to check my bean plant and make sure that it's not too dry by gently touching it, and if it's very dry, then I'm going to give it a little bit more water. But the last thing we need to talk about is I need to put my label stick in, my stick that says garden bean, so I remember what I planted. And what I want you to do with that is I want you to go very, very close to the edge of your pot and just slide it in like that, all the way down to the bottom. So it looks just like that. And then the very last thing is we need to give this pot and these seeds some sunshine. So I'm going to find a windowsill or a counter in my house that gets a lot of sun, and that's where I'm going to leave it. And each day when I wake up, I'm going to come check on my garden bean plant, and I'm going to check if it needs water. And then in a few days, you should see some green, a stem and some green leaves bursting through the soil, because that means that your seed has started to sprout. And when we have our next Zoom call next week, hopefully everybody will be able to show their plant and we'll see what everyone's looks like. But until now, it should look just like this. Put it in a sunny spot, check it each day to make sure that it's got enough water, and maybe whisper some nice, kind things to it to tell your plant you love it, and it will grow. Can't wait. Okay, so I'll see you soon. Bye.